On this video, I'm going to show you how to trade on the Binance Futures trading platform. I'm going to be assuming you're completely new to this platform, so I'm going to be starting from the very basics and I'm going to be explaining each and every section in which you need to know. So here we are on the Binance Futures, and as you can see, this is how the whole dashboard is going to display. Now, we're not going to be going on the technical analysis aspect on what you need to know before you place a long trade or a short trade. I'm just going to be showing you how to place a long trade and a short trade. If you want to talk about technical analysis, on my other videos, I'm going to create a more detailed video explaining what criteria you need to look for before placing an buy long trade or a buy short trade. Now, before going into the full functionalities of how to use this trading platform, I would really like to clear the air that in Binance Futures, you can make money if the price of an asset is going up and if the price of an asset is going down. Now, this is a price chart in which we have over here. As you see, the price of this asset is currently going up and you can make money by opening a long trade. That's why you have this opened long at this point here. If you analyze the market to go from price 1 to price 5, you open a long trade, and when the price of that asset goes from 1 to 5, you make profit. You can also make money if the price is dropping. So let's assume the price is at 5 and you want to and you analyze the market to from the price to drop from 5 to 1. So you can also make money by opening a short trade. In this case, after your analysis, if the price drops from 5 to 1, you will also make profit. So in Binance Futures, you make money either ways, whether the price goes up or it comes down. With that being said, let's jump into the full study of this Binance Futures. Now, at the top over here, we have Rose USDT. As you see here, we have the Rose USDT. Now, this is the trading pair. If I make an analysis on Rose USDT, I will have to come to search for Rose USDT to trade. If I make my analysis on another pair, I'll just quickly click on Rose USDT and select it. Let's say we have Sol USDT and I analyze on Sol USDT, I'll have to come here to change it. So whatever pair I make my analysis on, I'll have to come here to change it so that I'll be able to buy that pair. I mostly use TradingView for my analysis and I'm going to be showing you. I'll create a more in-depth video showing you what you need to look for before opening a buy trade or a sell trade. Now, with that being said, we also have at this section here, we have what we call the isolated. We have the isolated and the cross. This is margin. Now, I advise you to always use the isolated margin, and this is because it gives you the advantage to use only the capital you are coming into the market with. So if you change this to cross, it simply means you want to use plus the capital you placed on that trade with, and if you get liquidated, you will simply cross over to use your remaining available balance. So you always want to set it to isolated so that if you are placing a trade for $10, it means that trade you only want to place that trade, you only want to risk in $10 on that trade and no more. You don't have to cross for the trade to pick up any other money from your available balance. So always set it to isolated. Now we have the 25x in which you see here. This is leverage. This simply means you are leveraging your account to make more money. The more leverage you use, the riskier your trade becomes. So for me, I advise you use 15 to 20x leverage depending on your risk strategy. I'm also going to be creating a well in-depth tutorial talking about leverage and how to use leverage. But for now, you can just know that you have to use the less leverage. For me personally, I use 1 to 20x leverage depending on the trade I'm triggering. Now, what leverage means is that if you are setting your trade on 1s leverage and you enter a trade with $10 or $15, it means for $10, if you set a $10 trade to 1s, it means you are only using the $10 to initiate the trade. If you set a $10 trade to 20x, it means you are increasing the leverage on that your $10 so you make more money. $10 times 20x means this would trade for you like $200, 20x your $10 so that you'll be able to make more profit. Now, the more profit you could make increasing your leverage, the more you could also lose money fast. So you should have that in mind. For me, I basically prefer to use 1 to 20x leverage, and I'm also going to be explaining more detail on leverage usage. So that is it for the leverage. And at this section, we have the open and we have the close over here. So we'll come to the open first. Now, this open means you want to open a trade. You're either opening a trade to buy long or you're opening a trade to buy short. So we'll leave this to be at open. Now we have the limit section over here where it says limits. I'm going to be explaining only limit and market in this video. Now the limit simply means you have a limit in which you want to buy a particular pair. If this is set to limit, and as you can see the current price of Sol USDT, which is this our trading pair, this is the current price here, 25.076. Now if I want to set a limit and I don't want to buy at this current price here, I want to set a limit for me to buy. This is where I'll come to this section over here to select. Let's say I'm waiting for the price to drop to 25.00, or let me say 25.050. I'm waiting for the price to come down to 25.050, then I open a long trade. As you can see, this is the market price over here, and the market price is not yet at 25.050. But after my analysis, I want to buy at 25.050. This is where I'll just come over here. For this example, I haven't analyzed this pair. I'm just using this for the example. I'll come here and click on where you see the buy open long, because I'm expecting from this point the price to go up higher. Now once I come to this section and click on open long, I've placed a trade. As you can see, I've placed a limit order trade. And if you see here, we have it in open order. The trade will display in open order. Now the trade is here on open order because the trade hasn't been triggered yet. As you can see, I have it over here to be set at 25.050. Now, if the price of this price here, as you can see, this is the market price. If it drops to 25.0500, the price, this trade will initially trigger. That means I will buy the market. It simply means I'm buying at a specific price, and this is the specific price in which I want to buy. If I drop a signal on the group, I will show you the entry price and the exit price. So the entry price will always be that price in which you impute at this point, which is the entry price. And you can use a limit order for it. So let's go now to the market order. Let me cancel this trade so I explain the market order for you. Now the trade has been cancelled, and let's go back again and change this limit in which we have here. I'll click on the limit and change it to market. Now this market simply means I want to buy immediately at this current price. I want to buy immediately at this current price. So if I set it to market, I don't have a specific price in which I want to buy. I just want to buy immediately at whatever price the asset is selling. So if I click on increase this tab over here, this tab, as you can see, this tab over here, it means the capital. If I set this to be at 50% over here, as you can see, it's going to be using, look at the amount it's going to use to place my trade. It's going to be using 28. If I set all to 100%, you'll see that this amount here changes, in which I'm going to be placing the trade with everything I have inside of this platform. So I'm not going to be placing the trade with everything I have. I'm just going to reduce it a bit to 25%. Now, if I set this on market price and I want to buy immediately, I click on open long. Now, if I click on open long, because I'm buying at a market price immediately, my order will come here to position. As you can see, if we check position, you'll see that the trade is now already placed and the trade will start reading because I immediately enter the market at the current market price. I'm going to cancel this trade now because I haven't analyzed it. I'm just using all of this for example. So let's cancel. To cancel a trade, once you are in a trade and you want to automatically cancel it, you go to, let me go back to explain this section more. You come here to close position. You click on close position. That means you want to exit the trade automatically and immediately, and you click on confirm. It simply means you've closed the trade. As you can see, we closed this trade in our tutorial in profit. So that is it. Now we also have the sell short. Now if I make an analysis and I predict that the market will sell short, in which the market will drop in price, all I have to do is that I'll come here. If I want to sell short immediately, I'll leave this to be at market price. As you can see, I'll leave this to be at market price. And I just come here to click on sell short. So let's just use this again to do a quick example. Now market will always trigger your trade immediately. If you set any asset and you want to buy it on market, it will trigger your trade immediately. Let me open a short trade now. I click on open short. That means I'm analyzing the price of the asset to go down in price. So let's just see, the trade will open automatically and immediately because I'm using a market execution for this trade. Success. As you can see, we have the trade open immediately and automatically, as you can see at this place. Now if you look at this small X over here, you can see it is in red because I created a sell short trade. You can see we have the margin in which I use here, isolated 25x, is going to display here the amount in which I used to take the trade, which is the margin USDT. Now I entered the trade with only 4 USDT, and this is our 4 USDT at this point over here. Now you can see the close position here. This is how you want to close the position immediately, whether in profit or in loss. You can immediately close your position at this point. We see the adjust leverage. This is where you can click to adjust your leverage, increasing it or reducing it. Let's click on adjust leverage over here, and you can see that I can adjust my leverage to whatever I want when I'm in a trade. So let me click on confirm. If I click on confirm, the leverage automatically adjusts. So as you can see, that is how to use the trading section over here. Then we have the stop profits and loss. This is where you can set a take profit or a stop loss when you are inside of a trade. I'm going to be talking about this more in the near future, about how to set your take profit and stop loss. Now, since we didn't analyze this pair again, I'll just have to close this particular trade and we'll talk about other section of the Binance futures trading platform. As you can see, we opened the trade and we are still on profit, so I close now. So I just click on close position to close my trade, and this pair box will analyze. I'll just click on confirm. That means I've closed my trade either in profit or in loss, whatever the price may be at the time. So confirm, and the trade will close immediately after I click on confirm price. So as you can see, the trade has closed. Now that is how to use the market execution. If you want to set a limit execution, you come here and change it back to the limits. In this case, you are putting a specific limit for you to enter into the market. Now, crypto market is very liquid. So once you are entering a trade, immediately you analyze a trade, you want to set in the entry and the stop loss, take profit, so that you can leave it for the system to automatically do everything for you. Now this is a limit order, and if you set a limit order to, let's say we are waiting for this price to come down to 25.00, this is the current market price, but we don't want to buy at this price because we still feel this price is at a higher space. So we want to wait for this price to drop to 25.000 before we buy. We set the entry price here 25.000. We set the price at the price in which we want the price to drop to before we buy. This is the limit order here. Now coming to this section over here, you see where it says TP/SL. Now this simply means you want to put your take profit price and your stop loss price. Now, if you are buying at 25.00 and you want to buy long, it definitely means you want the trade to go from 25.000 to maybe 25.27.00, then you make profit. Now, you set your take profit price at this point here. All you have to do is tap on the take profit in which we have here and impute the take profit price, which for this example we'll say 27.000 and 0 as our take profit price. Then we'll set a stop loss price as well. Now, since we're buying at 25.00, the futures market, we can also set a stop loss price, meaning that once the price of this asset drop from 25 and the price is going down, there's a point in which we could say, okay, I'm cutting my loss at this point. I don't want to lose any more money. So this is where you set the stop loss price. Let's say 24, 24, 24.800. So as you can see now, this section over here is your entry price. So you want to enter at 25.00 to buy long, and this is your take profit. That means if you buy at 25.00, once the price gets to 27.00, you want the system to automatically sell it for you and take profit. Now we have 24.0.800 here, which is the stop loss. It simply means if you buy at 25.000 and the price continues to drop, it drops to 24.800, you can immediately cut your loss. Even if you are not available on the trading platform at the time, you can immediately cut your loss and it will sell it for you at this price. So let's click on open long, which is the buy long trade now. So if I click on the open long, it will automatically place the trade for me, open long. And since we are using a limit order, you will see it in open orders over here. So as you can see now, the trade section here is in open orders. Okay, back here, you can see that we have it in open orders here. And this is because we set a limit. We set a buying limit for it. Now, if we click on view over this section here, and you observe, you see that you have the opening price and the closing price at the same time over here. So your take profit, your stop loss, and everything will be set. Now this is a trade that has already initial here. This is the buying price, in which the price you want the asset to drop to before you buy 25.00. This is the take profit price 27.00, and this is the stop loss price 24.800. As you see, you've already set your trade and the entry, the stop loss, and the take profit as well. So that is it for how to trade on the Binance futures. So I'll just click on confirm to exit this section over here. The same thing go for short trade. If you want to sell a pair short, you can come here to set the entry price, the stop loss price, and click on open short. That means you're analyzing the pair to drop from that section. So that is it, guys. If you have any more questions, just drop them on the comment section.